David. No.
Good morning,
Like
Lord.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Rise and shine.
I need some coffee.
All right, everyone, grab your comics and let's get ready for the show. Well, almost forgot. Hit that subscribe button.
Good morning, Bcl family and friends. Good morning. Listen, man, I'm solo dolo this morning, so hey, it is what it is. But Dion will be back. He had to go on to work early. But yeah, man, such a great, beautiful morning. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you guys are tuned in. You guys are going to have to excuse me if I'm a little late on the super chats or if I'm a little late getting to some of your comments. But I definitely will say this, man. It is a blessing to be up this morning, man. Listen, a lot of stuff going on. I don't even know the last time we was even on, man. It's just like life was life and life got busy. So we couldn't join you guys in the morning. But like I said, I'm glad to be back. A lot of stuff happening in the sports world, comic book world, movie world, and no, I will not be talking a whole lot about sinners. I think my colleagues and compadres have already done that enough. So yeah, man, we just gonna talk. We just gonna talk a little comics and little sports, maybe a little Shannon Sharp here and there. But yeah, man, that's kind of really mostly about it, man. But I don't want to call it breaking news, but last night I was one of the individuals that watched the draft, man, and I will definitely say I was a little shocked by last night's draft that my boy Shedeur Sanders did not get drafted. I think he didn't get drafted; he got shafted. But by the time we got down to the 10th pick, I was like, I didn't want to say it, but I was like, man, this dude might not go first round. This guy may not go first round. And I know there was a lot of people that were saying, yeah, he's arrogant. Like the media, like beat him up about, hold on, cut this down. The media beat him up a lot with what was going on. As far as like, oh, he didn't play in the Senior Bowl. Oh, he didn't play. He didn't do an NFL Combine, and he literally said, "Hey, I got enough film out there." And so a lot of these NFL teams is like, bro, you're not your daddy. And when Dion was walking around saying he ain't gonna play for just anybody, we already know where we going. And so a lot of them probably looked at LeVar Ball, probably looked at the landscape, what was going on with LeBron, which both of those are two different situations, two different sports, but I think it's the same attitude, a vibe of we're not gonna let you take over the league, and we're not gonna let you, kind of hold us hostage. So we're gonna show you in this first round that we don't need you like that. Maybe there was something, maybe I didn't articulate that properly, but maybe there was a little bit of, maybe there was a little something there. You be the judge. Can y'all hear me good out there? Sometimes, man, I be talking to my darn self. Y'all all good, Hirsch. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, Charles. Good morning, Mario Williams. Good morning. Yeah. So hopefully my mans get picked up, man. Hopefully my mans get picked up tonight or whenever the draft comes back on. But I'm like, bro, the Jets couldn't pick up Shedeur. The Jets. Y'all act like y'all really got a quarterback right now. All right. Tua is day by day. So I'm like, bro, what are we doing, bro? Y'all really got to issue that back. We're going to show him that this is our league. All right, your daddy can't save you now, boy. We're going to show you. We might even take you early third. So, hey, we'll see what happens. I think Jackson Dart, the Mississippi quarterback, was the only quarterback to go last night. I think they left some meat on the table with Will Howard. I think Will Hire from Ohio State is pretty good. Won that championship, stood tall. Granted, he's in a really good system, but I'm like, bro, they should have at least picked him up. But Shedeur should have got picked up, didn't get picked up. He made a video last night about, hey, it wasn't expected, but you already know how it is. You know, he admitted that they thought basically he didn't expect to not go last night. So whatever calculations they was running in their brain and in the propaganda machine that they were running about, oh, we straight, we good, and you know, stuff his dad was saying, I don't know if it worked out to their favor, man. I can't say with confidence that it worked out to their favor. But moving on, man. We're gonna move on. Hey, I didn't even watch the draft. I played college football. I didn't even watch the draft back when I was in school. When I graduated, I mean, I looked at the draft, but I didn't think nobody was gonna give me no phone call, bro. I barely played in college, man. I was great in high school, but I was a scrub in college. I was a straight bench rider in college. I'm not ashamed to say it. But I did win a conference championship, got the ring sitting in the house, so I'm good. Sometimes at the next level, man, you just realize that you just can't compete like you used to anymore. And you have probably just maxed out. So yeah, man. Anyways, man, we got another Icon Milestone Platinum Edition sighting. Do not go to eBay, because you will be pissed if you go to eBay, because this book is expensive. Very expensive. So do not go to eBay, because I'm thinking it's charted over $75. But apparently these are randomly popping up in stores. Maybe it's a one-per store. I don't know. But this one was in Target. It wasn't here in Florida, but I just missed it. But I will be surfing. I will be hopping into Targets, man. I need to get this. I think this one is a little bit better than. I think this is the one that we should have gotten, and then the green one should have been the plan, because I could have lived without the green one. But the red one is more closely associated to the comic look. So the comic, you know, he had the ring with the rope with his cape intertwined in. I think this one is a lot better, but definitely go and grab these, man. They will never be. I don't think they will never be making an Icon figure again. Okay, Todd McFarlane. This is his last year. His contract did not get extended with DC, even though I think he made a bazillion toys. His contract did not get extended, and Mattel will be picking it up. Hopefully, the last Mattel line was very, very basic. You saw a lot of the pegs that was in it. It looked like more like a puppet, like Pinocchio, because you saw just the pieces of how it was put together. McFarlane, he decided to do the 7-inch figures, which all of his figures, male, female, young or old, they're all 7 inches, and they just tower over the 6-inch Marvel Legends figure, and they look stupid. The articulation isn't the best with McFarlane. However, they do stand great. And I think that's one of the biggest things for McFarlane is that he wanted to create toys that stood. So like you can literally take him out of the box and just throw him on a counter. He's going to stand great. So if you're looking for this, be looking. He said, I'm not shopping at Targets ever again. They don't like us. They don't need our money. I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of companies like that. If you're going to take that stance, I think you should spread the wealth. Because if you shop in Walmart, you shop in Kroger, you shop at Publix, they all drop DEI. However, I understand that they were the first people to come out, one of the first groups, allegedly. If my memory serves me, and I could be wrong, I want to be fair to Target. Yes, I'm going to try to be fair to Target. I think they campaign. What's the word I want to use? They came out and said that they were going to put in these DEI programs. They stood by them. They gassed I think the black community up, so a particular base of the black community, not the entire base of the black community, but a strong base of the black community that said, we're going to stand by y'all. We'll right after George Floyd. And then Trump gets in office, and then he's doing away at the federal level, not all across the board. He ain't telling companies, y'all can't do X, Y, Z, but at the federal level, he was shutting down the DI stuff, and then Target also followed suit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't go out my way to go to Target, but I do know that I need some certain things, action figure wise, mostly Jada toys or obviously this one, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna buy it because I want to support the brother. I want to support the character. It is what it is. We go into establishments all the time where they do not care about us and they don't do DEI, and that's not me pushing back on you, Angel. I'm just saying. I don't want to call it the devil's advocate, but I will say that there's a lot of people that's shopping in places. There's a lot of streets that are named behind some pretty horrible people, and we live on them. So yeah, I mean, we can make an argument, but I don't get in people. I don't call people stupid for not supporting. You do. Each man must work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. So respect. If you don't, you stand on it. Stand on it. Couldn't just order it from the manufacturer. Absolutely not. They're sold out. They're not restocking. So this is where we're going. But yeah, but definitely, if you see this in stores or if you see it online, I would not pay the premium ticket, the $75 plus for this. Absolutely not. Now, it could cool off by the end of this year, early next year, where it will be respectable. But I think this was the limited amount of figures that they made of the red platinum version. So if you catch a lick in the store, I'm on a lot of action figure pages, and they say, hey, I like local, like I live in Orlando, so like I'm like on this action figure Orlando page, and guys will just be in stores, and they'll be like, yo, this is what we saw. Maybe it'll be wrestling, Ninja Turtles, Milestone, Marvel, whatever. They'll have these type of things on there. So yeah. So if y'all see these, or if you're down with it, check these out. Okay, what is some other top stories that we have? Bro, we're just gonna get right into it, bro. We'll get right into it, bro. We're going to do a little bit of comics, a little bit of reality. Where can I start? Listen, there's a lot of people that are in my circle that was like, bro, what do you expect? Shannon Sharp I don't want to get caught with his pants down, but he's being sued for alleged rapes. And there's some audio of him out there saying that he would choke slam this said 20-year-old OnlyFans Instagram chick. Now, I think she's Brazilian or white or Spanish or something like that. I don't know. But you know how the black community get down. We're going to call her a snow bunny because she's not black. Okay, whatever, right? I don't want to say fair enough, but I'll say whatever, right? So a lot of people are looking to say, Shannon Sharp, you are a millionaire. You are 56 years old. What are you doing messing with a 20-year-old girl? Then there's some people like, well, she legal. I don't understand why that's such a big problem. Look, listen, man. I'll just say this. I don't know if he raped her or not. And I do know that they probably, based off the text message, they probably had a lot of consensual sex for over a period of time. And Shannon allegedly had this $100 million contract that he was about to sign or did sign. And previous to that, the girl I guess she got wind of something. She was finna come out. So he offered her. It's been confirmed. He offered her $10 million for hush money. She said, nah, give me that 50. So that's a lot of money, right? To take. If you did get raped, that's a lot of money to take for you to shut up. Because if I get raped, I know I'm a guy and girls have done such things in the past. Even if it was a guy, it ain't no amount of money in the world. My dignity and my respect overrides anything. I know people say, oh, money can buy anything. Oh, I'll give you 100, you'll shut up. Bro, I'm not. Especially if I'm getting raped. Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm saying something. I'm living comfortably on my salary right now, so I'm straight. But prayers up to him, prayers up to that girl, man. I'll just say this, man. It looks really horrible on his behalf because a lot of people said, well, Shannon, you messy, but you're a stand-up guy, which is weird. I heard me and my wife was talking about it, and she doesn't look at Shannon, I mean, I think the way I do, but I know a player, and I know a creepy dude when I see one, man. And it was always something about Shannon that just wasn't right. And there's plenty of older guys that got young women. I'll give you that. But I don't know, man. If I'm that old, I'm finding me somebody in my 40s. I'm not talking to her crazy, saying weird stupid stuff like that in the text message. Because at any given time and point, bro, she can take that. If I say something wild, like something embarrassing, she can take that to the press. So, I mean, if this is just a sneaky leak, bro, like, no more you shouldn't even be doing that at your age, bro. And a lot of people are saying, oh, bro, you should be married. You know, you should be taking care of you should be worried about being a grandpa, and you out here still sowing your oats like you 25. And it's just like, bro, come on, you gotta move differently, man. When you at a certain level, just age-wise, money-wise, you gotta move differently. And I agree. Like, that's something that you should have got out your system when you was a young man, didn't know no better. But 56-year-old man doing that, bro, I can't excuse. Regardless if you raped or not, but you gotta do better, bro. Yeah, that's my 10 cents. Yeah, stay, mind your business, whatever. I'm just saying. If it comes on my phone, if it's hot topic, I'm talking about it. Y'all been talking about it too, so I don't want to hear nobody say, "Oh, leave it alone." All right, it's just bad look for him. He should have known better. He did know better. He just didn't care. He didn't think he'd get caught up. He didn't think he'd get caught up. Is that $75 plus black tax? I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been seeing on eBay that they've been hitting it. And there's a lot of scalpers going after the icon thing too, because they see what it's worth on eBay. They see it's push away. So Angel says this is his first rodeo with being sued by a woman he entangled with. He hasn't learned anything from his previous entanglements. Well, I'm not aware of his previous entanglements, but I'll take your word for it. But I'll say this, yeah, man. Listen, it took me one or two chicks to just get into some drama, a dispute with, when I was in my 20s, to say, you know what, I'm out of this game because I got too much to lose. I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. I can't have my tires slashed, car keyed up, or somebody saying they're bringing something in. I got out of that game quick, fast, and hurt at a young age. I got out at 25. Met my girlfriend who become my wife at 25. So I flee. Listen, the Bible says, resist the devil and he will flee. And thank you, God, because when he left, I found my wife. And I just want to pin that to the top of the board. I literally was out here running, ripping and running down the road, got into some situations that I was like, this is funky. Got out, prayed, and found my wife within that same year, bro. Now, that ain't everybody's story. But one thing I will know, bro, if you resist the devil, you flee. I'm sorry, if you resist the devil, he will flee. That's what the words say. I'm just telling you what the Bible say. All right? Those are the principles that I try to stand by. I ain't perfect. I make mistakes. But, I try to stand tall on that, man. I try to stand tall on that as much as possible. But, yeah, Shannon is in a pickle. He's even stepped away from ESPN. And Stephen A. Smith did not take it easy on him. And he shouldn't. One thing I'll say about Stephen, no matter how he will keep it real. Stephen has said some wild stuff, but Stephen doesn't like coddle any friends, family, associates. He don't do none of that. He will say what's on. He'll say it with his chest. Now, I don't know about when it came to LeBron pulling up on him, but he was saying it with his chest. And I'll give him that. But Shannon Sharp. Come on, brother. Butter. And guess what? You run into your homies. Most of your homies, I'm pretty sure, are married. Pretty sure, man. Well, or if they even got some chicks, they 30, 40 years old, they probably even talk to them like that. But a 20-year-old, bro, you're setting that's already has told you that I'm not a self-respecting woman because I'm on OnlyFans. I don't respect my body. I don't respect my privacy like that. And I'm charging you $25,000 a cheat? Oh my gosh. Bro, that's blasphemous, bro. So hopefully he can, if he did not rape this girl, hopefully, because I don't want to leave it by leaving it right here. If he did not rape it, I hope that he's able to walk out of here unscathed. But I hope he learns something. But if he did rape that girl, for whatever reason, I hope he can throw his ass up under the damn jail. I'm sorry. I don't care if she's a snow bunny, chocolate bunny, brown bunny. We need to protect women just like we need to protect men. And just like we all want to come out there in droves and say, free my nigga, free my boy Shannon. If he would have did something, if he actually did that, we should throw him under the jail. Somebody go and rape your sister, you're going to take the same thing, regardless if you're on OnlyFans or not. Is this microphone on? If your sister on OnlyFans and she get raped by a dude, you gonna want justice, and that's somebody's sister. So I just gotta keep it real. I said a lot of stuff, a lot of people popping up, a lot of points and opinions, a lot of people don't want to talk about. I know y'all thought I was gonna talk about sinners this morning. All right, not gonna do that because I haven't seen it. Okay, but I will say this, man. If y'all out here, some of y'all right now, under the sound of my voice, out here mess with somebody you know you ain't got no business messing with, reading your comments and all the whole nine, show all your collection. You know you got a little money. Get out of that situation, bro. Time to walk away. Because most of y'all that listen to our show in y'all late 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Time down. Time down. Warning you right now, bro. Time down. All right, what we got here? Good morning, fellas. Club Shay Shay should have just went to Columbia for the weekend and got right. Oh, boy, here you go. I want to speak on that. Don't stay in your lane. Stay in your league. I'm not going to go to I'm a former athlete, but I'm not going to put on those shoulder pads and a helmet and go out there and play with some high school players so they can dust my ass off. I'm not. And that's and guess what? In my day, I was probably better than a lot of these guys. But that was my day. When you're 56-year-old, you move like a 56-year-old. You don't move like a 20-year-old. Come on, bro. Move like a kid, dude. Grow up. Anyways, man, we'll keep it pushing. Let's see what we got here. Man, so I posted this, but this is Saber. This is going to segue into the main portion of our show. I want to get the Shannon Sharp and the Shador Sanders stuff out the way. But this is, man, a lot of you guys don't even know, and I'm moving real fast. A lot of you guys don't even know who the hell this is. This is Saber. This is the first marketed, and I know somebody's going to DM me and probably correct me. This is the first marketed graphic novel. And it was a black guy on the cover, Saber. And it's a futuristic, post-apocalyptic comic, graphic novel that would later, this came out in 1978. This is the first print. Somebody stole this for $9. And you know why they stole it for $9? Because the person that, it's not in the greatest of shape. I would probably give it a fine. Just from the look of it, I would probably just give it a fine. But bro, $9 for the first graphic novel? Come on, man. It was marketed. What? $9. Black guy on the cover. He would later go on to start a 14-issue series in the 80s under his own name, Eclipse Comics. Don McGregor created him. Also the guy who did Jungle Action. This book went for $9. Now, I put it in the Black Comic Lords group. 53 minutes later, it was gone. Now, here's the problem I have. A lot of you guys are out here collecting your ass off. Great. Some of you guys are enjoying it. Some of y'all are collecting simply because you see somebody else got it in the BCL community or just on the internet. Some of y'all collect because it's a cool cover. Some of y'all collect because it's Black Panther. I'm black and I got a black. Listen, I don't know. But there's a lot of information that's not attached to some of these key books. And this is a key book. And then I've later found out that there's an insert, several inserts on the inside of this book. There is another insert that has an attachment with Don McGregor's autograph inside of there. So I say all that to say this. Some of y'all buying stuff and y'all know exactly what it is. You know exactly how important it is. You've assigned importance to it, or you've been on the BCL blackcomiclords.net website and you know exactly what you're buying, but you're not curating these books. You're just posting them up there. You're not even telling people what it is. But then when you get ready to unload, you wonder why your book's still sitting on eBay. Because you haven't told anybody what this book is. So a lot of you guys, y'all need to be very, very careful with some of the books that you are buying, because a lot of people aren't going to buy this stuff because they don't know anything about it. They have no clue what it is. Listen, and guess what? That goes for a lot of white books too. But black books already get thrown under the bus. Like nobody, like if it's not Black Panther, Storm, Blade, or Miles, I mean, good luck. Good luck. You know, Brother Man, from 1990. I think he had 7 or 9 issues. That was the first black superhero created by a black man in his own series. That book's going for $40 because a lot of people don't even know that. Ebon was the first black superhero in his own comic book created by a black man in his own title. That book's going for a little bit over $1,000. Brother Man's sitting up on eBay for $40 because black people are unaware. Collectors are unaware. If you know, black people don't know. A lot of white folks probably don't know too. But I was looking at it, I said, wait a minute. Brother Man was created in 1990. What comic book that was created by a black man with a superhero in his own title that had his own series came out before that? None. Nobody. But nobody knows that. There's no importance. There has been no importance assigned to it. And so y'all better be careful of the investment and the amount of money that y'all put in some of these books. Because there is not a big, strong community of people that actually know the importance of a lot of these comics. And some of y'all are going to get real embarrassed when somebody offer you $10 and $20 for some of these books. Because they don't have a clue of what it is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want. That's a big... And so I made some posts about it this week. About, like, you guys need to start talking about these comics. Stop coming in BCL and just posting, ooh, look what I picked up. Nobody cares. Like I don't want to say nobody cares, but there's a big part. There's a big chunk of the community that doesn't know what this book is. You know how many Black Panther fans don't know the importance of Avengers 87? They don't even know that's the first definitive origin of Black Panther, but they're the diest, hardest T'Challa recasters alive. And they would love to have FF52, and maybe for them, well, I'll try to get the next best thing. They have no freaking clue. Because nobody's posting Avengers 87 and say, hey, this is what this is. And you can't rely on the black comic lords. Our influence only goes so far. So if you're going to post books that have a significant importance or even a small significance, don't just post Meteor Man and say, oh, I didn't know Meteor Man had a comic book. Bro, Meteor Man, the comic book series, is the first black superhero based off of a film. The film came out first before the comic. He had a first black man create a superhero series that was also attached to a movie. That's never happened before prior to that. That was all created by a black man. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's ever happened even since, before or after. Which is sad, but hey, that's a conversation for another day. If we get Bitterroot, it can be able to say, hey, it's the first horror film that was created by a black man that has a comic book. So I'll just say this. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. But you guys, if there's some key books or some books that are noteworthy, say it. Because I learned so much just about this book. I just thought it was one of the first graphic novels. I didn't know it had an insert in there. I didn't know it had ads in there, the whole nine. I didn't know that. You know, and I think these type of things get overlooked because people just don't know. People just have no clue of what they have in their collection. So, guys, please, when you're posting your books, give us a description of what it is. Because you're going to be sorry later in 10, 20 years when most of us is in our 40s and 50s and 60s. I'm sorry, when most of us is in our 60s and 70s. And we're like, well, you know, retirement's getting a little tight. Let me see if I can unload some of these books. And then somebody going to offer you $100 forever. Somebody going to offer you because the community has not been educated on what these books are. They haven't been educated on what these books are. So that's just that. And I know this is going to go over some people's heads. I know some people think that they're going to be fine regardless. But I just wanted to say that, man, because it's just weird. I just think it's weird. We got to talk more. And shout out to Mike because he's got, now granted, everybody's not an influencer. Everybody's not, doesn't have a grand, like, this is not, like Mike right here, this is not your average collector, bro. Not only does he have these books slabbed, but he's actually talking about it. And you don't need to be the Mike or have a YouTube channel, Collectors in Black, shout out to Big Phil. But when you make your post, you can say something. That's how you educate. And if you need some help to understand what it is, go to blackcommodores.net. Type in that book. Most of the time, if it's a major key, we have it on there already. I just got to upload 2 other independent keys. The first appearance of Jack Kraken. The first appearance of what's his name? What's the second character I uploaded? God dang it. Slipped my mind. But I'll get back to it. But yeah, man, gotta start talking about these books. What we got here? Bro, video games are going crazy, bro. This is the first Moonwalker Michael Jackson. This is in a 9.8 Sega Genesis, not the Mega Drive. There's also other cool things to get into, but with this Michael Jackson, this is a collector's dream if you have something like this. I remember picking this up as a kid. There might be some other things in your collection that are worth some money, man. Go through. It's not just about comic books. It's also about value. Go to eBay, see what they're going for. And if they're still intact, they're still in the box. Now, outside of a box, yeah, this ain't, I mean, you ain't going to get that much. But if you still have the box and the box is in pristine condition, the book is in pristine condition, you got your little something. Now, this is how much he's asking. I think he'll probably get more like 4K for this. I don't think he's going to get 14. But this is the first black man to have his own video game ever. So, I mean, yeah, this is a black collector's big boy item, in my opinion. And for all rights and purposes, bro did have superpowers at the end of this film, and he saved the day. I mean, he's had acts of heroism. You know, now, was he presented as a superhero in this film? By definition, you could say yes. But did Michael Jackson go into this saying, I'm a superhero? Nah. I would think that he wouldn't. But this is definitely something, if you have it in your possession, man, see what it's worth, man. I just saw Knights of the Abyss go got 200K on Kickstarter the other day. I'm not familiar with Knights of the Abyss, but bro, there's a lot of people out here that got some strong Kickstarters, bro. Strong Kickstarters. And of course, Michael Jackson Moonwalker, the comic book. This one just sold for $40, an 8.0. No way I buy a 8.0 of Moonwalker. Even if it's raw, I would rather be a 9 something raw than buy 8.0 Moonwalker. I think I can just do better. Now if the cover is good, the spine has a little warping that can be pressed, you can probably press that out and get up to 9.4. But I will not accept anything. I think you could do better. There's a lot of these books printed that haven't even been read because people like Michael Jackson for his music, not his comic book. But this will definitely be on my to-get list this year. I will probably try to find one slabbed. And I won't accept anything less than a 9.4, probably. A 9.8, it depends on how much they're trying to pull my chain for. But I definitely want to get one of these books. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, and this is what a complete game looks like if you had a Michael Jackson Moonwalker deal. Let's run a quick commercial, and then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So which commercial am I gonna send right y'all real quick? Rich recommends, Tim Fielder, Vonell Young, Jeff Carroll. Let's see what we have here. Dang, we need to run some commercials, man. I gotta go pay some bills. Man, let's run. Nah, that's only 1 minute. Let's get a nice little. This is Batman Jazz. I feel like we run that every time. We run one of these, man. How it started. Believers, if you were tagged in this video, it's because it's something that you guys should know. So don't want to run that one. Don't want to run that one just yet. Here we go.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Danny J. Quick here with Ace Blade Comics. We got 6 issues of Ace Blade, 1 through 6. The 7th one is now live on Kickstarter. We could definitely use your support. We also have titles like Scarlet Ranger 1 and 2, created by Ro Lamb. We got Harlem's Renaissance and the Ballad of the Black Rose. And we got Lumberjacks 1, 2, and 3. which is about an Ethiopian prince who is displaced, and he has this necklace that gives him superpowers that he inherited from his grandfather. But he has to go through several trials to unlock the powers and abilities. So definitely check us out. You can find us at Fourth Wall Productions, fourthwallpros.com, and like I said, on Kickstarter right now. So I appreciate y'all, Black Comic Boys. Thank you for the support, and thanks for doing the right thing for the community.
Listen, man, we are back. I don't want to say show's about to wrap up. Want to show y'all some cool stuff. So we were talking about Saber. Here's another picture of Saber right here to the right. Now, it's funny because he looks just like this rocker to Jimi Hendrix. Maybe Saber was based off of Jimi Hendrix. Maybe it's some type of weird conspiracy out there. But they look, this is not AI either. They look just alike, and maybe there was some inspiration there. That would be dope if that was actually true. So I want to show that. There's been a lot of talk about Jonathan Majors. There's plenty of YouTubers covering him in regards to the MCU. But if I'm gonna pick him to be in another film, period piece, 1940s, I think everybody should go check out Blackjack. Now, and I superimposed his picture in here, but this cover is really, really dope. But he was a World War II superhero. He wasn't military, but he was like the James Bond of World War II. And I think they got over 15 issues. The book came out in 1998. I just ordered the first appearance of Blackjack, but I really, really want this cover. So go give Blackjack a read. I might do a review. It's an older Black independent book, Black-owned book from 1998. It's a comic book. And I think Jonathan Majors would be perfect. He has that old man look, the 40s and 50s and 60s look anyways. No disrespect to Jonathan Majors, but I think this would be a perfect film. I don't think that it'll be good for a major motion picture. I'm thinking Netflix, or I'm thinking if one of these billionaire Negroes actually create their own streaming platform, that would be great. He could come on there, where they can temporarily license out some of these films and don't do the Netflix thing where Netflix basically owns everything. Once you sign with Netflix basically like Supercell, nod to Supercell, they steal everything from you. Well, I don't want to say steal, but you have to basically give up everything to be with them. Now rapid fire. I saw an interesting comic book online. So this is not safe for work, but I will show you guys this image. This is called Dark Justice #1. She's a Black superheroine from 1995 that gives me Super Bitch vibes. Super Bitch is the first Black female superheroine in her own title from, I think, 77 or 76. I do own one of those books. If you want to see the unboxing of that book, check out it. But this is weird. It's funny, man, that in 95, now I think this is a white-owned production. In the 90s was weird, man. Everything was, kind of like it is now, hypersexualized, but this seems like weird fantasy type stuff. But I actually might buy it just because it's not rare. It doesn't really have the scarcity, but it's just an interesting looking cover. Like, is the comic as bad, crazy, as wild as this cover? We'll definitely have to take a look. See, do you want some BCL limited edition comic books? Well, there is the very, very first appearance of me, Paul, Mark, and Richard on a comic book is this issue right here, which is Black Comic Cot number 6. It was limited to 250 copies. It's one is on the internet right now for $250. If you want to send it to one of us, Paul will sign it, Richard will sign it, and I will sign it, and I will even pay for the shipping to send it back to you if you send it to me, if you buy this book. There is only one that has been signed by me, Paul, and Derek, and he came to a con and we signed it. It's a really cool moment. But this is the first Black Comic Lore event. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would journey to say that in about 10 years, these books are going to be extremely hard to find. Extremely hard to find. And I don't think there's any other Facebook group, social media influencers that have any variants that are black that deal with comic books. I don't think Fantastic Frankie's got a variant out sitting somewhere. I don't think King Lion. I mean, King Lion has his own comic book, but I don't think a lot of these other Blurred Without Fear. I don't think he has a variant out. Not that we're better than them. I'm just saying, this is not something that's very popular to do, but it's going to be very rare. It's only 250 copies, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I got like 12. I got like 12 or 13 of them, and probably I might unload half of them for at least around the same price. So if you guys, anybody is interested in these, definitely go online. There is only one on eBay. Last thing, obscure characters that nobody talks about but me. I guess I'll run that segment. Let me keep it pushing. We have this guy here, which is who is this guy here? I'm trying to think. God, I'm trying to. Every time I park and try to talk, bro, there's always somebody pulling up on my car. So I'm about to get out of here. So, but we're gonna start off the next show with this guy. But other than that, this is Nighthawk, and this is his first appearance, Avengers 700. And then we also have Nighthawk in his first appearance, and this is his action figure. So definitely go and check this one out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and feed this homeless guy. All right, we out.